at the Nazarene University would like to welcome all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest in the Cook Center Bell Family Arena. This evening game features the Benedictine College Ravens and your Pioneers. Coming into the contest, the Ravens have a 14-10 overall record and 8-7 in the conference. Your Pioneers currently have a 13-12 overall record and are 8-7 in the Heart of America Conference. Now will everyone please stand for the opening invocation led by Hannah Beers, youth pastor of College Church of the Nazarene, and remain standing for the national anthem sung by future pioneer Brooklyn Hunt, a senior from Springville, Kansas, and a member of the Grace Community Church of the Nazarene.
Lord, thank you for the opportunity for us all to gather here. Would you just be with us in the privilege that it is to be able to gather for the basketball game? Would you be with all the players? Would it just be a good, fun game, but keep them safe? Lord, be with us as we honor our seniors here tonight in America as well. Thank you for this time, and may it just be a good, fun experience. And I pray this in your name, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that glide, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free in the home of the brave?
And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the Ravens. Starting at guard, 6'2" senior from Dayton, Ohio. Number 1, Chris Jackson. The other guard, 6' senior from St. Joseph, Missouri. Number 10, Jaden Bristol. At the other guard, 6' senior from St. Joseph, Missouri. Number 20, Matt Austin. At forward, 6'6" senior from Omaha, Nebraska. Number 15, Jaden Timmy. And at forward, 6'7" senior from St. Louis, Missouri. Number 24, Eric Cruz. Benedictine is coached by Ryan Moody. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 5'11" senior from Topeka, Kansas. Number 3, Trey Brown. At the other guard, 6'2" senior from Kansas City, Kansas. Number 12, Drew Smith. At the other guard, 6'5" junior from Olathe, Kansas. Number 25, Anthony Brown. At forward, 6'7" senior from Palatas, Brazil. Number 35, Pedro Las. And at forward, 6'7" senior from Salt Lake City, Utah. Number 0, Cameron Brady. Referees are Matt May, Dan Nowakowski, and Justin Weinberg.
Well, welcome back into the Cook Center Rocky Lamar Court in the Bell Family Arena for some Heart of America Athletic Conference action between your Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers and the visiting Benedictine College Ravens in town from Atchison. These teams are tied in the Heart of America Athletic Conference standings. And on senior night, the final regular season home game for the Pioneers in the Cook Center, a little bit different starting lineup. Starting the seniors, Pedro Lops, Drew Smith, Cam Brady, Trey Brown, and your fifth starter, Anthony Brown, just a junior. Ravens win the tip, and senior point guard Jaden Bristol, multiple-time first-team All-Conference and All-American player, number 10 in the black jerseys, who has been hampered with an ankle injury. Doesn't quite look to be moving like himself, but is back in the action for the Ravens, and he's a handful at the point guard position. Gets things started for the Ravens. Chris Jackson back from an injury. That's another big pickup for the Ravens. He can really score the basketball. And Eric Cruz, first shot of the ball game. 3 on the way, no good. Drew Smith the other way, right to the basket. No whistle, but Pedro Lops there for the putback. Pioneers off and running in transition early. We hope to see that early and often, as that's their bread and butter, especially against a half-court defensive team like the Ravens are. Benedictine goes right inside. Jaden Timmy at Cam Brady. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound batted around. Drew Smith comes down with it. He's going to push the pace, gets to Trey Brown. Trey back to Drew Smith in the corner. Smith gets it to Cam Brady. Little face up on the right side. Pulls things out, resets the offense. Smith inbounds. Gets it high post to Cam Brady. Dribble handoff with Trey Brown. His 3 is short. Lops there to track it down, but no Pioneers in the vicinity. He had to save it before falling out of bounds on the baseline. Matt Austin came away with it, the Ravens' leading scorer. Austin, a senior out of St. Joe. He can absolutely fill it up, number 20 in the black jerseys. Keep an eye on him. He's had 40-point games in his career at Benedictine, can really score the ball. Hits tough shots on the perimeter, and Anthony Brown's drawn the assignment of guarding him. Eric Cruz has it top of the key. He's run off the three-point line by Lops and Drew Smith. Smith harassing Chris Jackson, top of the key. Shot clock's going to expire. Jackson has to heave one up. It's an air ball, and Pioneers wanted to get off and running, but that's a shot clock violation as he didn't draw iron. Great defensive possession that time from the Pioneers. Trey Brown calls out a set, get things started in the half court here. So a little continuity ball screen action on the wings. They're going to get a back screen for Cam Brady after he reverses this ball. And Anthony Brown's going to come off a high ball screen. Little roll and replace action. Brown all the way to the cup. Floater off the right side, too strong. Good defense inside from Eric Cruz. And Matt Austin brings it across. High pick and pop from Timmy. He catches it there on the pop. Pioneers in rotation. Drew Smith had to come over and help. Left Cam Brady on Chris Jackson, but he stops him from a layup on the right side. And Anthony Brown the other way is going to get a layup. What a catch. Anthony Brown playing wide receiver that time. Had to go up over the free safety and snag one out of the air. He came down with it and laid it in. Pioneers lead 4-0 early on. Heck of a crowd here. Student section is full. Guys cheering on their seniors in their final regular season home game. Pedro Lops, good defense on the pick and roll. Cruz couldn't get the shot to go. Drew Smith off and running the other way. His layup attempt left short off the right iron. Good defense by Timmy. Pioneers have been terrific in the half court defensively here. Matt Austin had a look, but from way outside, left it short. Anthony Brown pulls down the rebound. And we'll see the two regular starters and Jake Alexander and sophomore big Caleb Jones-McCrary check in at the next dead ball as Cam Brady's reverse layup no good, and they're going to get Brady for a little reach-in foul as he came around going for the offensive rebound and poked it away from behind, but got a piece of the Ravens jersey there, and it'll be his first team foul. Alexander and Jones-McCrary into the ball game now, so your traditional starting five for both clubs in, although both teams run a whole bunch of different starting lineups throughout this season with different injuries and COVID and whatever else. It's been a heck of a season for a lot of different teams battling through adversity, and both teams sitting at tied for third in the standings. There's another steal. Anthony Brown's going to take it coast to coast. Euro step floater off the back rim, soft touch, couldn't get it to go, got his own miss. It's going to be a foul on Jaden Timmy. Little push in the back on the rebound opportunity, so Anthony Brown 0 for 2 on that floater tonight, and he's shot that at a high percentage. He was 9 for 10 from the floor on Monday night against Park in a blowout win, maybe 8 for 9. Might have to correct myself there, but missed once and had a bunch of those difficult floaters. And an explosive offensive performance from Cameron Brady. His parents in town from Salt Lake City to watch his final home games. Need them in the building all the time if he's going to play like that. Jones McCrary off the pick and roll. Got it inside from Alexander. Got the offensive rebound and the tip in to go. Pioneers lead 6-0. Jones McCrary is a handful to guard in the post. He sets that ball screen, rolls hard to the rim, and you better bring help or it's going to be a dunker and one. That time gets his own tip in to drop. Jaden Timmy attacking Cam Brady, draws help defense, kicks it out to a wide open Eric Cruz who buries a triple from the right corner, cuts the lead in half. Cruz has been a first-team all-conference performer in the past, was a major part of the undefeated Benedictine conference champion team from a couple of years ago, has battled some injuries, but back healthy, and Jones McCrary right to work in the post. One-on-one with Chris Jackson. That's going to be advantage Pioneers all night long. If they're going to switch ball screens and you're going to guard Caleb Jones McCrary with a 6'3" guard, good luck. Bristol got into the paint, found Chris Jackson in the corner. Jackson's three no good. The crowd letting him know that he shot an air ball earlier on. Jones McCrary found Jake Alexander after saving one from going out of bounds. Alexander's three too strong, but Cam Brady tracks down the offensive board. Trey Brown into the paint, found a cutting Cam Brady. He bobbled it, got it right back, lays it in off the left side. A 10-3 lead here early for your Pioneers. Coach Ryan Moody, a terrific head coach from Benedictine College, Heart of America Coach of the Year a couple of seasons ago, is going to go to his bench as he's got three Ravens at the scorer's table ready to check in. Matt Austin comes off the high pick and roll. He's going to take a pull-up jumper, knocks down a difficult fadeaway jump shot in the short corner. 10-5 your score. Alexander off and running. Second wave looked for Caleb Jones McCrary, lost it. Chris Jackson comes away with the steal. Benedictine off and running, and that's going to be an easy layup for Jaden Timmy the other way. 10-7 your score. Trey Brown right back at him. Jones McCrary with the dunk, and that's going to be a timeout for Benedictine as Trey Brown caught the outlet and found Caleb Jones McCrary all alone under the basket. He's got 6. Half of the Pioneers' points coming by way of Jones McCrary off the bench, the typical starter. And Coach Moody wants to talk things over. He's going to give his bench an opportunity to respond. 12-7 lead here early on. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Go ahead and use that live chat feature on the YouTube live stream. Help out a solo broadcaster. I know we got Pioneer fans and Benedictine fans all around the country, frankly, all around the world, some alumni that tune in and watch. So use that chat feature, interact with me. Helps out a one-man crew. Shout out to Andrew Sexton Chavoya, former All-American offensive lineman for the Pioneers out in California supporting. And Jaden Timmy's going to head to the free throw line as Brooks Langer has checked into the game, the freshman out of Harrisonville, Missouri for the Pioneers, and they're going to get Caleb Jones McCrary with the personal foul. I thought they might get Langer there, but first personal on Jones McCrary, second team foul on the Pioneers, and Timmy rattles the first free throw home. Tyson Cathy is checked in, 32 in the black jerseys for the Ravens, the big man out of Kansas City, as well as number 31, Ahmad Lewis, 6'2" guard out of Kansas City. So some local guys just down the street made the drive down I-35 to play the Pioneers. I'm sure they've got some friends and family in the crowd tonight. Brooks Langer has it high post. He's able to feed Jones McCrary. Excellent half-court execution. Caleb's begging for a foul. He wanted the and one. He's been hit on a couple attempts at the rim, converted all of them. He's got 8. He's tied with the Ravens by himself. Didn't even play the first 4 minutes of the ball game. He can't pick up his second foul, and Coach Moody going right at him because he's an excellent coach and trying to get Jones McCray in foul trouble. Caleb bothered that shot, kept it clean, 14-8 lead. Anthony Brown's got a three on the left wing, couldn't connect. It's going to be Raven basketball. Coach Moody having a conversation with his big man, Tyson Cathy, saying, hey, we're going to keep going at him, as the best way they can guard Caleb Jones McCray is to get him on the bench. I'm trying to get him in foul trouble, and here it comes again. Excellent post defense, couldn't get him a touch that time. Matt Austin comes off the pick and roll, gets it to Nasir Scott, guard out of Topeka, Kansas. He's explosive. Nasir Scott stands just about 5'10", and can rise up and look down in the rim when he dunks the basketball. I mean, jumps out of the gym. Trey Brown pulls down the long rebound. Pioneers off and running. Brown looking for second wave, finds Anthony Brown. He goes to that jump hook in the lane, gets it to go. Pioneers lead 16-8 now, 12:32 to go first half. Nasir Scott looking over at the bench, gets the play call from Ryan Moody. Again, when senior point guard Jaden Bristol's in the game, there's no need for that as he runs the show for the Ravens and hampered a little bit with an ankle injury. Pioneers going to be whistled for a personal foul. It's going to be Brooks Langer, his first. Pioneers have dropped into their 3-2 zone. Heads-up coaching move from Rocky Lamar, trying to protect Jones McCray so he doesn't pick up his second foul. Almost like he's coached a few basketball games. He's got 801 wins. Looking for 802 to put the Pioneers ahead of the Ravens in the Heart of America Conference standings, which are all jumbled up. Both of these teams can still finish second in the conference, win the South Division, and guarantee themselves a bid to the national tournament, which is just absurd. There's about 5 teams separated by 1 game in the standings, and everybody chasing William Penn at the top. As Cathy goes right at the Pioneers defense and scores off the left block. Dribble handoff action. Jake Alexander looking to get it inside to Brady. Can't. Tyson Cathy standing way off of Jones McCray on the perimeter, who has not shot a 3 this season. And Anthony Brown able to draw the personal foul on, I believe, Ahmad Lewis. That is on Lewis's first. Second team foul on the Ravens. And Pioneers almost had Jones McCray for the dunk off the inbounds pass. Instead had to get it up top to Cameron Brady. But he was able to find Jones McCray on the block in the half court. So Caleb has 10 of the Pioneers' 18. Pioneers lead 18-10. Staying in that 3-2 zone. Ravens still going right into the post, trying to get Tyson Cathy a touch, but Cam Brady pokes it away from behind. Anthony Brown's off and running, and that's going to be stripped away by Nasir Scott, but last touch off Scott, so Pioneers will keep the basketball. And in about 5 minutes of play, Jones McCray is going to check out and take a seat with 10 points to match the Ravens. And from no fault of his own, they're just trying to protect him from foul trouble. And Pedro Lops will head back in. He chases down the inbounds pass near half court. Pioneers running their continuity ball screen offense here. Going to see pick and rolls on the wings with Cam Brady and Trey Brown. This time Brady decides to just raise up, take the pull-up jump shot, left it short. Bristol back the other way for the Ravens. He finds a wide open Ahmad Lewis, couldn't handle the pass cleanly. Had a three-point look, wasn't able to get it off. Now has one in the corner. Ahmad Lewis buries the triple from the left corner, left all alone. Cuts the Pioneers' lead to 5. Pedro Lops fakes the handoff, gets downhill. He's one-on-one in the post with Cathy. Pedro, an excellent one-on-one post player, going to draw the foul on Tyson Cathy. Cathy clapping his hands as if he thought that was a turnover on the Pioneers. A pretty clear foul on Tyson Cathy. Picks up his first personal foul. And Drew Smith checks back in for the Pioneers. Drew Smith with a huge student cheering section, in the corner where he's standing. About 15 to 20 Drew Smith fans in the house tonight, supporting a senior on his final home game. He goes crossover, pull-up jumper in the right corner, left it short. Good defense from Jaden Bristol. Again, that's a first-team all-conference player. Excellent defender on the ball. And Bristol gets it moving. Saxton Thuston finds Nasir Scott back to Thuston. And Bristol in the paint. no-look pass. He had a wide open Tyson Cathy. He would have had a layup if they connected. Instead, he threw it off the referee's shin. Cathy not looking for that one on the baseline. Had an opportunity for a layup, just not on the same page with his point guard. Coach Adam Hepker, assistant coach, soon to be head coach of this spring when Rocky Lamar officially retires, barking out a set to the Pioneers, trying to get Anthony Brown a touch. He did. Good defense by the Ravens. That's going to be an offensive foul on Cameron Brady. Brady went shot fake out of the corner, tried to drive to the rim. Good help side defense. Tyson Cathy slid over, met him outside the lane, took the charge. So that's 2 fouls on Cam Brady now. I would imagine he'll check out when we come back from the under 10 media timeout. So Pioneers lead 18-13, 9:45 to go first half. Stay with us at MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Play set to resume. Ravens basketball. Jaden Bristol going to walk it across half court, get things set for Benedictine. They're in a horn set, looking to get Matt Austin the ball top of the key after he sets a screen. They go right inside to Saxton Thuston. Thuston goes right to work off the left block, gets the jump hook to go. Pioneers in their continuity offense. Wing ball screens, Anthony Brown in the paint. There's another floater off the back rim, too strong. Pedro Lopes there to clean up the offensive rebound. They go right to him in the post. He's one-on-one with Jaden Timmy. Kicks it out to Alexander. Anthony Brown has it late, shot clock. Right back inside to Lopes. Fadeaway jumper at the elbow. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound was batted around by two Ravens. Jake Alexander came down with it. And Drew Smith knocks down the three ball, points to the corner where he's got friends and family loving every second of that as Drew Smith's on the board with three. 21-15 lead for your Pioneers. A couple of big offensive rebounds, stealing possessions. So important against a team that plays as good a half-court defense as this Ravens club does. And they go right inside. Jaden Timmy one-on-one with Lopes. Shot fake, gets back to his right hand. His jump hook no good. Rebound Trey Brown. He's going to bring it across himself. Uses a little drag ball screen from Lopes. They go right back into the post. It's been just one-on-one, Pedro and Jaden Timmy, the last three possessions here. Both guys giving no ground. Jake Alexander takes a three off the left wing, no good. This time Ravens box out. No offensive rebound. Matt Austin was able to seal off Anthony Brown. And Taj Brown in the chat, Anthony's big brother, giving him a happy birthday shout out. The first dead ball, the Pioneers were walking off the floor and the student section was singing happy birthday to Anthony. He had a little wry smile on his face. So shout out to 25 in white. Happy 21st birthday, Anthony. No better way to celebrate than with a win against a conference rival. Jones McCrary back into the ball game. Pedro will take a seat. The Ravens are intent to go inside early and often as they are playing post-up basketball here. Jaden Timmy and Tyson Cathy just going inside every single possession, and they hit Caleb Jones McCrary in the stomach right there. He's got the wind knocked out of him with the elbow. And some of that is some gamesmanship where they're trying to get him to respond and get his second foul, but he won't react to it. He's a smart player. Anthony Brown guarding Matt Austin top of the key. High ball screen coming. ran a little Spain pick and roll where there's a back screen following that high ball screen to get Timmy into the paint. He got a post touch, brought it right back out, and they go inside to Thuston again. Saxton Thuston, drop step. So good in that paint area. Doesn't shoot it well from the perimeter, but he is really tough to guard on the block, and he's got back-to-back buckets in the paint. Cut this lead to 4. Trey Brown operates off the ball screen. He's headed left and looking for Drew Smith, and Smith unable to handle it. Trey knows that one was on him. He threw a bullet from about 5 feet away and unable to pull it down. Turnover on the Pioneers. So 7 minutes to go in the first half. Hanging on to a 4-point lead. Jaden Bristol content to slow the pace down here for Benedictine. And they get it to Matt Austin. They're going to go right back inside to Saxton Thuston, and why not? He's one-on-one in the post with Jake Alexander. Couple dribbles, gets in the middle of the paint, kicks it out. Jaden Bristol all the way to the basket, got the layup to go. He fell down, so Pioneers are going to have numbers in transition. Trey Brown tries to push, takes advantage, but Anthony Brown settles things down, going to run a little bit of offense. 2-point ball game. Have to have a good possession here. Brown to the basket, shot fake. Got back to the middle of the paint. Saxton Thuston came out of nowhere for the block shot. Ravens looking to tie this thing up. They go inside to Jaden Timmy. He chases to a ball screen. Good defense from Trey Brown and Jones McCrary. Nothing doing on the ball screen, but Matt Austin gets to that pull-up jumper. He's so good from that mid-range area. Doesn't connect that time. Pioneers fortunate to come up with a stop. They were terrific offensively for the first 10 minutes when they went to Jones McCrary in the post. Haven't gone back to him until right there where they couldn't handle the pick-and-roll post entry pass. Stolen away by the Ravens. A dry spell offensively. It's been about 4 minutes since the last Pioneer field goal. Bristol directing traffic. Comes off a screen from Timmy. Step back 3 on the way, left it short, and he tracked down his own rebound, and then it was poked away. They're going to get Anthony Brown for a personal foul. Drew Smith had a run out, would have had an easy layup. But the Pioneers in some serious foul trouble now, as that's Anthony Brown's second foul. Cam Brady has 2. Excuse me, I think that's Anthony Brown's first. PA announcer in the gym said second foul on Brown. I believe it's just his first, as he's going to stay in the ball game. Cam Brady back in to guard Thuston, which lets Jake Alexander go back and guard his natural position, which is a guard. Chris Jackson on the wing. Put a little bit more size on Thuston in the post. Trey Brown guarding Bristol right wing. They get it to Matt Austin off the ball screen. He goes, swings the ball around to Chris Jackson in the corner. Pick and pop 3 from Thuston, and he knocks it down. So he's got 7 of them. Gives the Ravens their first lead of the ball game, 22-21. And Coach Moody wants to talk things over, set his defense, and keep the momentum on their side. That's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back in 1 minute. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Trey Brown going to cross the timeline for the Pioneers after a full timeout from Benedictine. Looks like they're going to get in their floppy set, looking for Cam Brady on the wing, Anthony Brown in the post. Couldn't get it to Brown. You're going to see a shuffle, staggered double. Going inside to Cam Brady. One-on-one in the post. Double team comes, blocked by Saxton Thurston. You don't see that happen to Cam Brady very often, a guy who jumps out of the gym. He got it right back, and that time was able to get it over the outstretched arms of Thurston, who's got 2 blocks already. Tough shot from Cam Brady. Little turnaround fadeaway in the paint. Pioneers come out of the timeout in a 3-2 zone. Cam Brady and Jones McCrary along the baseline. They've got to go all the way out to find corner shooters as well as guard in the post. Difficult task, and that time Matt Austin, the corner shooter, found a little bit of space, able to knock down one from the left wing. Cam Brady, before you can blink, down the floor, receives the full court outlet pass from Trey Brown for the layup. He's got 6, and we're tied at 25. The Ravens so difficult to guard as they have shooters all over the floor. Matt Austin with another triple, this time on the opposite wing. He's got 8 points in a hurry, 6 in the last 30 seconds, and Trey Brown answers with a 3 of his own. Pioneers quickly out of that zone as it was back-to-back triples by Matt Austin, and they said enough of that. Let's match up, play man-to-man, but they present problems in the man-to-man as well, as Thurston can go to work in the post if you switch ball screens. If you don't, Eric Cruz, an excellent pick-and-pop shooter. Jaden Timmey, a pick-and-pop shooter. Matt Austin, we've already seen knock down a couple of threes. Thurston driving out of the corner. That's going to be an offensive foul. Trey Brown met him outside of the paint. Big defensive stop for the Pioneers as Trey Brown came over and helped side. Took the charge from a red-hot Saxton Thurston. A much-needed stop that time. And Coach Adam Hepker, the 3-time All-American player, national champion point guard on the 2007 team, giving directions to his point guard, Trey Brown. Calls out a set. They're going to try to get it to Jones McCrary in the post. They do. He's one-on-one with Eric Cruz. Spin move. It's going to be a foul on Cruz. A lot of body contact. There's no choice. You've got to be physical with Jones McCrary or he's going to get a basket, but that time both hands in the back. They're going to call that one.
That's his first, 5th team foul. Back into Ravens. Jaden Timmey.
Baseline underneath. They get it to Jones McCrary. Right back to Trey Brown. He thought about another 3. Turned it down. Enters the post. Jones McCrary again, one-on-one with Cruz. This time Cruz able to poke it away. Last touch by the Ravens. Pioneers keep possession, just 10 on the shot clock. Alexander has it way up top, has to create, goes high post to Brady. Back to Trey Brown, 3 on the way. No good this time. Jones McCrary tried to track it down, couldn't find a Pioneer as he jumped out of bounds on the baseline. Still deadlocked at 28, 3:11 to go first half. Floppy set coming from the Ravens. Matt Austin gets it off the pin down. Enters in the post, Jaden Timmey. One-on-one there with Brady. Cam Brady blocks it from behind. Jaden Timmey has that shot sent off the backboard, and Pioneers have numbers. Trey Brown, drive and kick to Alexander. He penetrates, gets it reset. Tried to feed the post to Jones McCrary, nothing there. Chris Jackson slid in front for the steal. Crowd still letting him know about his first shot of the game. Now Jackson, pull-up jumper, left elbow, knocks it down. Jackson, the Urbana transfer, Division II transfer out of Dayton, Ohio. His first basket of the ball game. Now Jones McCrary, top of the key. Dribble handoff with Anthony Brown. Continuity wing ball screens. This time Brady keeps it all the way to the bucket. He's fouled. He got it to go in one. Cam Brady faked the handoff, turned the corner, goes through the contact from Jaden Timmey for his 8th points of the ball game. And he's going to head to the line for one more. Timmey picks up his 2nd personal. Ties us at 30. Chance to take the lead on the bonus free throw.
Substitution for Ravens, number 32, Tyson Cathy.
It's going to send Tyson Cathy back in for Benedictine. And Brady gives the Pioneers a 1-point lead with the bonus free throw.
Checking into the Pioneers, Drew Smith.
Drew Smith back in. Brady checks out, protecting him with the 2 fouls. Anthony Brown does have 2 personals. He stayed in the game. Drag ball screen coming. Eric Cruz, pick and pop, top of the key three, left it short. Pioneers fortunate. He is a sniper. And looking for Jones McCrary at the rim, not there.
graduation, I will be attending KU Medical School starting in the fall. Cole Berg. Next, we have Dalton Hayes. He is accompanied by his parents, Cindy and Galen Hayes. He is from Olathe, Kansas, majoring in theater with a double emphasis in musical theater and acting/directing. Dalton is president of the Theater Council and heavily involved in the theater department, improv performance team, concert band, jazz band, pep band, symphonic choir, and heritage choir. He is yet to decide on plans after graduation, but is excited to see what the future holds. Dalton Hayes. Next, we have Erin Klubeck. Is accompanied by her parents, Reverend Kelly and Natalie Kubek. She is from Iowa, Kansas, majoring in music education. Erin has been involved in band, pep band, heritage choir, symphonic choir, theater, honors program, and NSLS. After graduation, she will begin student teaching and wants to teach middle school choir. Erin Klubeck. Next, we have Taylor Kopaska. Is accompanied by her mother, Sherry Kopaska. She is from Olathe, Kansas, majored in music education. Taylor has been involved with concert band, pep band, and jazz ensemble. After graduation, she will start student teaching in the fall. Taylor Kopaska. Next, we have Amanda Smith. Is accompanied by her friend Stormy Matthews. She's from Wichita, Kansas, majoring in chemistry and with a minor in forensic science. She has been involved with band and pep band. After graduation, she is planning to continue her education and get a master's in forensic science. Amanda Smith. And finally, Jeremy Thorpe was unable to attend tonight due to class. He's from Sterling, Kansas, majoring in business administration with a minor in legal studies. He's involved with Delta, NSLS, Enactus, Moot Court, choir, jazz band, improv, and theater. After graduation, he plans to go get his MBA and go to law school. Jeremy Thorpe. How about one more hand for the senior pep band, which I like to call the Posse, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Has anyone been saying anything about audio? Texting me about it too.
I had nothing, no one said anything about it until the last minute.
And tonight,
He says he can hear it now.
please
so-
welcome the MNU competitive cheer team to the court. This team is led by head coach Kalina Hanna and assistant coach Jonas Pippen. The Pioneer Cheer team has successfully won their first 3 competitions and are currently nationally ranked in the top 10 of the NAIA. They would like to invite you to attend the MNU Cheer and Dance Invitational this Friday, February 11th at 5 p.m. in the Cook Center Bell Family Arena. One more round of applause for this team, and good luck as you compete on Friday. And at this time, we'd like to welcome the youth groups that are here tonight. We'd like you to stand. College Church of the Nazarene Youth Group, the Kansas City First Church of the Nazarene, Total Life Church of the Nazarene, and Antioch Church of the Nazarene. Big hand for those groups here today. And tonight we'd also like to welcome the Trail Ridge Middle School Huskies basketball teams to campus, coached by former MNU alum Kristen Gore. Please stand so we can give you a big hand. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hello. So I don't know if everyone heard, but we had a special anonymous, I'm gonna say his name, Pioneer Pete, donated some money if one person can make a half-court shot from our student section. $1,000. Can I have Bryce Brown,
Well, welcome back into the Cook Center. We got 30 seconds left before we get underway for the second half of action between your Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers on their senior night. Last regular season home game in the Cook Center, and the visiting Benedictine College Ravens. Ravens lead 34-33 thanks to a big half from Matt Austin. He led the Ravens with 8, and Saxton Thurston off the bench with 7. Pioneers led in scoring by Caleb Jones-McCrary, who came off the bench due to the seniors starting on the traditional senior night. Came off the bench to score 10. Cam Brady started the game, scored 9 to lead the Pioneers. Pioneers with a big edge on the rebounding battle, 22-13. You don't see that often from a Coach Ryan Moody coach team get out-rebounded, especially by that margin. And that's the reason Pioneers are in the game at the 8-2 offensive rebound advantage. However, the Ravens shooting 50% from downtown, knocked down 5 out of 10 three-point attempts. Matt Austin 2 for 3. Eric Cruz knocked one down, and Saxton Thurston and Ahmad Lewis each knocked one down. Pioneers just 2 for 8 from downtown and only 1 free throw attempt in the first half. So we got a 1-point ball game. Pioneer basketball, they go back to their traditional starting lineup. Jones, McCrary, and Alexander in. Anthony Brown off the dribble handoff. He gets right downhill to the basket, had his floater hit every part of the rim and rattle out. Got the look they wanted. Anthony Brown in the lane and just couldn't get it to drop. So Ravens basketball, chance to respond. They're looking to go to Jaden Timmy in the post. Get it to him. He's one-on-one there with Brady. Cam Brady has 2 fouls, has to go straight up, does. So Jaden Timmy takes full advantage, knowing he can't commit a foul, and goes right to the rim. Easy deuce. They're up 36-33. Ravens lead it. Ball's reversed. Jake Alexander looking to get downhill. He refuses the ball screen all the way to the basket. Found a cutting Anthony Brown. He missed the layup, was fouled. The putback attempt by Jones McCrary was good. I thought they may get an and 1 for a moment, but they fouled Anthony Brown on the initial shot attempt, so he'll head to the line for 2. Great find from Jake Alexander. Alexander drove baseline, drew 3 black jerseys, and just dropped off a little no-look dime to Anthony Brown. I thought Anthony may go up and slam one down. Unable to do so, and he goes to the line, misses the first. Uncharacteristic. Anthony's an excellent shooter, almost 85% at the free throw line this year. Misses the first. Second one on the way up and good. Makes it a 2-point ball game, and Jaden Bristol calling out horns down set, which means they're going to go right back into the post to Jaden Timmy. He's going to set this horns ball screen. No, they're going to go to Cruz this time. Cruz sets the ball screen and rolls into the post. And Cruz posted on Jones McCrary. They tried to feed it to him. Matt Austin threw a spinning bounce pass on the baseline side, and it rolled out of bounds. Cruz unable to handle it. Pioneers fortunate, forced the turnover. Get into their ball screen action on the wings. Jones McCrary to Alexander. He turns the corner, looking to get downhill again. Dropped off a bounce pass. Caleb had a dunk, but it was poked away by Eric Cruz. And Benedictine going to come away with the basketball. Matt Austin wanted to push in transition. Coach Moody told him, slow things down. Let's execute something. Eric Cruz, pick and pop jumper. He can knock those down. Left it short. Again, this guy is a sniper. You don't see him miss many, and Caleb Jones McCrary's not going to miss it from that far. Anthony Brown with the alley-oop pass. Jones McCrary throws it through the rim with a little Carmelo Anthony-esque dunk. Didn't even pull the rim down, just kind of flushed it through the goal. He's got 12, a third of the Pioneers' points, and we're tied at 36. Timmy, shot fake, thought about a 3, drives into the paint, drops it off for a cutting Eric Cruz, and Cruz had an open layup and missed it. Anthony Brown, touch pass, Alexander caught it. Fought through the contact, laid it in off the glass. Anthony Brown back-to-back assists in transition. The first one, a lob alley-oop by way of dunk for McCrary. That time a little touch pass that Jake Alexander caught with in traffic and was able to finish. Pioneers lead it. Transition basket's been the story for them here to start the second half. That's what they do best. But you got to get stops in order to get out in transition, so the defense has to be a huge key here in the second half. And Jaden Bristol goes right through the chest of Jones McCrary for the difficult layup on the right side. That's what you expect from a senior point guard in response to a run. Go get yourself a layup. And he does. Now he's got it in transition after the miss by Trey Brown. Eric Cruz, 3 on the way, wide open, left it short again. Cruz shooting a lower percentage this season than he has in the past. This guy's been close to 50% from the three-point line. And that whistle is going to go on Jones McCrary. That's his third personal.
Caleb Jones-McCrary. That's his third, first team foul.
Just going for a loose ball. Couldn't come down with it. Pioneers are going to have to hop into their zone. Coach Lamar showing 3, which is their 3-2 zone. Or he may have just been telling Caleb, be careful, you've got 3 fouls. I think they're going to stay matched up man-to-man. That is what they're saying. I guarantee you Tyson Cathy's going to get a touch in the post going right at Jones-McCrary, if I know Coach Moody like I think I do. Here comes little floppy right in the post to try to get Jones-McCrary his 4th foul. Tyson Cathy kicked it out to an open Jaden Bristol, his 3 off the mark. So Cathy getting an earful from his coach, like, I called that play specifically for you to go into McCrary and get contact, and instead you kicked it out for a 3. And Cathy nodding his head in agreement like, you're right, my bad. Trey Brown gets things set for the Pioneers. They go high post, Jones-McCrary. This is going to be a little pin down play for Cam Brady. He's going to curl back to the elbow. Here it comes. Looking for a mid-range jump shot, what he does well. Good defense from Jaden Timmy. Had to put it on the floor. Still got to that little pull-up jumper on the elbow, knocked it down. Brady's got 11. Pioneers back on top by 2. Little zipper action coming. Back screen for Timmy. He goes into the post. Cam Brady and Caleb Jones-McCrary had to switch their assignment that time. They got tied up on the back screen, and Tyson Cathy able to take advantage. His 4th point of the game ties us at 40. Trey Brown off the ball screen. Finds Jones-McCrary on the baseline. A lot of contact. No call, but he finds Anthony Brown for the dunk. Jones-McCrary spun baseline, drew the help side defender, and a cutting Anthony Brown raises up and throws one down. Pioneers take the lead back over 42-40. Great interior post passing from Jones-McCrary. And Jaden Bristol all the way to the bucket. His layup attempt no good. Last touch on the rebound by the Ravens. Pioneers a chance to make this a 2-possession lead. Trey Brown looking over at the sideline. Gets a play call from Coach Hepker. Alexander looking for Jones-McCrary in the post. Nothing doing. Going to get things moving with the ball screen. Trey Brown refuses the screen. Drives baseline. Freezes his defender. Finds a wide open Alexander left wing. His 3's good. Alexander extends the lead to 5. What a find from Trey Brown as he went baseline. Anthony Brown cut to the rim. Would have had himself another dunk and drew the help side defender. Gave Jake a wide open 3 from the wing. He buries it. Here's a steal from Brady. 4 Raven defenders get back, so they're going to slow things down, run offense. But momentum in favor of the Pioneers right now. Brady posting the point guard, Jaden Bristol. Nasir Scott got a piece of that shot from Trey Brown, and now he's going to get himself a layup attempt on the other side. Jones-McCrary chased it down, went for the block. That's a dangerous play with 3 fouls, but Nasir Scott able to lay it in. 45-42. Pedro Lopes and Drew Smith will check in at the next dead ball. Brown to the elbow, playing one-on-one with Ahmad Lewis. Goes to his jump hook, couldn't get it to go. And Jaden Bristol going to call timeout when he crosses midcourt. Coach Moody wants to have a little 30-second chat, set up something offensively here, and I believe get a couple of substitutions in the ball game. So stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds. MNUsports.com. Nasir Scott has the ball top of the key. They're going to look to go to Jaden Timmy in the post. Switched on to by Pedro Lopes. Ooh, illegal screen from Timmy. Just lit up Anthony Brown. Wasn't even close to set. Timmy's third personal, probably his 25th foul of the game, just the third one the referees have called. The guy throws his shoulder into people just about every possession. Trey Brown going to cross midcourt, get things started for the Pioneers. They go to Anthony Brown off the zipper cut. Here comes a high ball screen from Lops. Flips the screen, goes downhill to his left hand, drive and kick. Alexander's going to take another three. Opposite wing this time. He knocked down another one. Alexander back-to-back triples gives the Pioneers a 6-point lead. Saxton Thusen looking to respond. He goes inside to Timmy. Timmy right to the front of the rim. His shot was blocked by Alexander. He got his own rebound, put it back in for two. Alexander brings it across midcourt, relieving the full court pressure for Trey Brown. Really the only point guard on the Pioneer roster, so anytime someone else can relieve him of the ball handling duties for a minute or two, spells him because he never comes out of the game. Anthony Brown off the ball screen from Lops. Looking for him on the roll, finds him. Pretty spin move from Pedro Lops. Able to catch the bounce pass with his right hand, never put it on the floor, spun it to the middle and laid it in. Fancy footwork from the Brazilian. Tyson Cathy pick and pop three, left it way short. Trey Brown comes down with the rebound. Anthony Brown's going to push. Drew Smith thought about a three, turned it down. Pioneers slowing things down a bit, really just to give Trey Brown a chance to catch his breath. Don't want to waste a timeout, and certainly aren't going to take him out of the game, as Ahmad Lewis going to be called for a foul off the ball. He put two hands on Anthony Brown, who was cutting to the rim. Old freedom of movement rule. Jaden Timmy's going to take a seat. Matt Austin and Eric Cruz check back in. Tyson Cathy heads to the bench as well. Pedro Lops catches the inbounds. Dribble handoff with Anthony Brown. Go back to Alexander. Just hit a couple of threes. They're trying to get him another touch. Good defense from Nasir Scott. High post entry. Little pin down action. They get it back to Alexander. He's going to take another three. Top of the key. Make it three in a row. Alexander buries a triple. Comes off the dribble handoff. And the Pioneers lead by 9 thanks to 3 consecutive threes from Jake Alexander. The wing from McPherson, Kansas has caught fire here in the second half, and that's the difference in the scoreboard right now. Alexander's got 11. Pioneers lead by 9. And that pass by Eric Cruz is stolen away. Drew Smith's going to bring it across. He finds Anthony Brown. Brown's three on the way from the wing. He hit one. It's a 12-point lead for the Pioneers. Coach Moody's going to call another timeout. That's a 12-0 run. 56-44. Back-to-back triples. Alexander hits 3 of them. Anthony Brown with 1. And the Pioneers are going to take a 12-point lead into a full timeout. Benedictine College, 11:37 to go. 56-44, MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Ravens basketball after the timeout. Jaden Bristol gets them set in a little half-court offense. It's going to be a pick and pop for Eric Cruz. He's got an open look, turned it down, swung it to Ahmad Lewis. Lewis, downhill drive. He gets it to Bristol. Another driving gish. Matt Austin's turn. He comes off a high ball screen. Little step back. He got a Cam Brady switched onto him. Shot fake. Good step through. Matt Austin Pretty move from Matt Austin. He got the 6'7" Cam Brady switched onto him and went right to the bucket. Got him off the floor with the shot fake. Stepped through, layup good with his left hand. 10-point ball game now. Pioneers getting back into their Gonzaga Bulldog action. Continuity ball screens. And now they get Jake Alexander a look for three. Alexander had hit 3 in a row, that time off the back iron. Ravens off in transition. Bristol to the bucket. Fouled by Pedro Lops on the floor before the shot, I believe. On the floor. So veteran referee Pat Bay at the scores table confirms it is on the floor. And that was about as long as you'll see the Pioneers go without Trey Brown on the floor. I think it was one possession where he stayed out after the timeout and was sitting at the scores table to come in after the next dead ball. And he's got the difficult task of matching up with All-American Jaden Bristol. Granted, a slightly hampered All-American with a bad wheel. He's coming off of an ankle injury and not quite moving like himself, but he's still a heck of a player. Matt Austin, shot fake. Lost it for a second, got it back. Comes off a ball screen from Cruz. Cruz open on the roll, he's going to get a layup. Matt Austin's so tough to guard in that two-man game because he can shoot it from deep behind the screen, and if you don't come out and hedge, he'll just knock it down all day long. That time hit his big man Eric Cruz on the roll. Good offense from the Ravens the last 2 trips. Anthony Brown got his defender off his feet, got all the way to the basket, lost it. It was poked away from behind. I think Saxton Thurston got a hand on it. Caleb Jones-McCrary will head back in. Pedro Lops to take a seat. Trey Brown inbounds it to Jones-McCrary. It's going to go right back to Anthony Brown on a handoff. Anthony turns the corner. They're going to get an I thought for a moment it was an illegal screen. It turns out they're going to get Ahmad Lewis grabbing the shoulder. It's Lewis's third, excuse me. Going to go right back to the same action. This time Trey Brown comes to get the handoff. Swings it to Brady. Brady to Drew Smith. Smith's going to take a 3 behind the screen. Off the mark, rebound Thurston. We'll have an under 10 media timeout at the next dead ball. It's an 8-point lead for the Pioneers. Bristol off the high ball screen. They're going to get Trey Brown for a touch foul. The top of the key. That's just his first, but that's going to send us to the under 10 media timeout. So Pioneers lead 56-48. Fourth quarter of action when we come back. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. So the script completely flips to start the second half, as in the first half the Ravens on fire from 3, Pioneers dominant in the paint. And in the second half, Ravens have gone cold from the outside, and Alexander and Brown have got hot from 3 for the Pioneers, and they find themselves with an 8-point lead. Matt Austin takes a pull-up jumper, right wing, no good. Anthony Brown battling for the rebound. It's going to be last touch off of Brown, so Ravens are going to keep the basketball. Jake Alexander checks back in for Drew Smith. Short-lived stint on the bench there. These 5 guys on the floor right now, the starters for the Pioneers, they play a lot of minutes. Tight rotation this time of the season in conference play, playing about 7 guys. Drew Smith and Pedro Lops come in and spell a big or a guard respectively, and Trey Brown just pretty much stays out there for all 40. High ball screen, Eric Cruz, he's going to roll. Matt Austin lifts to replace him. They get it to Cruz in the post, but Jones McCrary able to recover. Saxton Thurston drives all the way to the bucket, gets the left-handed layup to go. Attack that long closeout. And Saxton Thurston has 9 points in the ball game now after a terrific first half. Pioneers looking to go inside. Jones McCrary. Quick spin to the baseline. Tried to get a reverse layup off. Good hands from Cruz. It was blocked. Jones McCrary got it, went right back at him, and Saxton Thurston snuck in behind him and stole it away. Good help side defense from Thurston. Matt Austin, transition three. Pioneers fortunate that time, but Saxton Thurston, that's a grown man offensive rebound. He went up amongst the trees and ripped down an O board in traffic and put it back in. A 4-0 run by Thurston himself makes this a 4-point game. 56-52, Pioneers take a full timeout. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Well, we'll see what the Pioneers have drawn up coming out of the full timeout. 8:47 to play in the ballgame. Caleb Jones McCrary had 10 points in the first 5 minutes of this one. He's got 12 now. Ravens have done a nice job collapsing on him since the first few minutes of the game. See if they can get him going in the post. Looks like this set here might be for Anthony Brown on the right wing. They do go to Jones McCrary. He catches it in the paint, takes the contact from Saxton Thurston. He blocked it and came down with it. What a play in help side defense by Saxton Thurston. As Jones McCrary thought he had an uncontested dunk, and the help side defender came over and made an unbelievable play. Thurston has taken over this game here. Back-to-back baskets and a couple huge plays on the defensive end. That time he's unable to handle a pass from Eric Cruz, maybe a little commentator jinx. Pioneers off and running in transition. Alexander thought about taking a pull-up three, slowed it down. They're going to get things moving. Continuity ball screen action. High-low, Cam Brady, one-on-one in the post with Thurston. Brady, shot fake, gets to his sweet spot. That 15-foot jumper knocks it down. Brady's got 13. That extends the lead to 6. There is very little you can do with a 6'7" player who elevates like that on a jump shot and shoots like 65% from that mid-range area. He's just so difficult to guard there. Thurston, an excellent defender. We've seen it multiple times tonight, and Brady just rose up over and knocked it down. And Jaden Bristol does the exact same thing in response. Pull-up jumper at the elbow. He's in double figures with 10. Anthony Brown uses the screen from Jones McCrary. Ravens switch it. Brown attacks. He's going to be fouled. No and one. Couldn't get the basket to go, but Chris Jackson reached in from the corner and pulled his arm down. Excuse me. They're going to get Eric Cruz for the foul. I could have swore it was on Jackson. It was on Eric Cruz, his second. 5th team foul on the Ravens. Brown at the line for 2. Jaden Timmy will check back in for Eric Cruz. Be the Ravens starters except Saxton Thurston in. in place of Eric Cruz, and why not? Thurston's been phenomenal here tonight. 6-point lead for the Pioneers. Trey Brown and Jones McCrary ice a ball screen. Got it to Jaden Timmy on the pick and pop, and Jones McCrary recovers, steals it away. Timmy tried to drop one off to Saxton Thurston, and Caleb Jones McCrary got back in the play and stole it off the glass. Trey Brown probing, gets it back to Jones McCrary. Now Alexander uses the ball screen. You're going to get the ball moving side to side. Cam Brady takes a three. He knocks it down. Cameron Brady continues his hot shooting for the last week, and Trey Brown steals the inbound. He thought about a three, got his defender off the floor all the way to the bucket for the layup. Trey Brown and Cam Brady had that exact same sequence on Monday against Park. Cam Brady knocks down a three. Trey Brown steals the inbound, and he dribbled it out and hit a three on Monday. This time he goes right to the bucket for a layup. A 5-point possession, and Jones McCrary and Timmy battling in the post. Jones McCrary thought he got an offensive foul on Jaden Timmy, who was putting an elbow up near Jones McCrary's face. No call, but another stop as the Ravens are forced to take a contested jump shot. Rebound by the Pioneers, so an 11-point lead. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. What a sequence the last couple of trips down for the home team. And Anthony Brown all the way to the basket. He's fouled. He got his floater to drop that time, but it won't count. Fouls on the floor on Thurston. Just his second personal.
That's his second, 16 foul.
Baseline inbounds. Dribble handoff back to Trey Brown. And another foul off the ball. This is on Chris Jackson, and Anthony Brown's going to head to the free throw line. 1-1. That's the 7th team foul on the Ravens. It's a give and take. The Benedictine College, always an extremely physical team. And when they're allowed to put two hands on cutters and play that physical without getting whistles, they are really, really good defensively. But when the officials are going to allow that freedom of movement and those two hands on the cutter, two hands on the ball handler, you find yourself in the bonus with 6 minutes to go. And Nasir Scott going to check back in as Chris Jackson takes a seat. Anthony Brown knocked down the first foul shot. He goes 2 for 2 this trip at the line. So quietly, one of the conference's best players, Anthony Brown, all the way up to 16 points in the game. And all he does is lead the team in points scored, lead the team in rebounds, lead the team in steal. I think he's second in rebounds. Cam Brady leads in rebounds. Guard the other team's best player every single night. Just a tremendous basketball player. Trey Brown guarding Matt Austin, who got all the way to the bucket, got the tough left-handed layup to go, took some contact, still finished on the left side. Austin's up to 12 points in the game to lead the Ravens. 67-56 your score, 5.5 to play. Pioneers get into a set. Bristol holding Brown's jersey. No calls. He got around front. Pioneers go all the way through their set. Get it to Jake Alexander off a staggered double. He goes drive and kick. Cam Brady, shot fake. Gets into the paint. Drops one off to Jones McCrary for the dunk. Excellent offensive possession for the Pioneers. Run all the way through a set. Wasn't there. Got the ball moving. Got a penetrating pitch. Cam Brady drew the help side defender. A little drop-off pass for the dunk. Jones McCrary, the beneficiary. And that's the second time here in the second half that Trey Brown's been whistled for a foul, just trying to fight over the top of a ball screen. Only his second personal, both fouls coming that way. 4th team foul on the Pioneers. 69-56 your score. Just under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Pioneers may go into their 5 defense where they switch every screen to allow no open three-point attempts. They'll live with one-on-one in the post mismatches, but they can't live with catch-and-shoot threes. The Ravens can get back into the game in a hurry if they get hot from the three-point line. And Matt Austin, Eric Cruz, Jaden Bristol, Jaden Timmy, these guys more than capable of doing that. They got it to Austin off the baseline inbounds. Anthony Brown able to recover. They ice the ball screen. Austin splits 2 defenders, make it 3, finds an open Jaden Timmy in the corner, and Timmy knocks down the 3. That's what I'm talking about. You might as well stay home. Give Austin the difficult layup attempt because these Ravens can get red hot from downtown, and when they do, that's points in a hurry. And Anthony Brown going to head back to the free throw line. Once again, Ravens putting 2 hands on the ball handler. This time it's Jaden Bristol.
That's his first. 18
And what a difficult task to guard Anthony Brown one-on-one. Give him space and don't put any contact on him. He's a 60% field goal shooter. He's going to raise up and knock down a jumper. He can put it on the floor, and that time put it on the floor, earn himself a trip to the line, but missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Nasir Scott in transition. Thought about a three, turned it down. Trying to go inside to Timmy. Timmy's got it one-on-one with Jones McCrary. Kicks it out to an open shooter. That's Eric Cruz, and, man, he had a good look from three. Cruz has been off the mark from downtown since he knocked down his first attempt. Pioneers are going to call timeout and talk things over. They're going to take a full timeout. And Coach Hepker pleading with his star big man, Caleb Jones McCrary, keep your head here, as he's been in a physical battle with Jaden Timmy and borderline dirty plays back and forth, and just saying, hey, we can't afford a technical, we can't afford a flagrant, just keep your head. We got a 10-point lead with 4 minutes. And he's done an excellent job of doing that thus far. I'm telling you right now, if you look at the stats on Eric Cruz shooting threes, he's shooting a low percentage this season. If you throw this season away and look at his 4 years at Benedictine College, this guy is an absolute sniper. Talking about 45, 48% from the three-point line. And he was a guy that if he had any space at all, you could just go ahead and put 3 points on the board. An absolute knockdown pick-and-pop shooter, and has struggled a bit this season and has struggled here tonight from had open looks from three. And you got to wonder if there's an injury playing a factor in that. He has red cup marks all over his right shoulder, his shooting arm. And oftentimes they use that cupping treatment with a shoulder injury, whether it's just a sore tendonitis type deal or he actually had an injury to the shoulder and he's coming back on a rehab basis. You know, you don't want to speculate on an injury, but I'm just telling you, this guy is a tremendous shooter. Pick and pop, and Pioneers have been fortunate. He's off the mark here today so far, but a heck of a career he's had, and hopefully it's not a health issue. 69-59 lead after the full timeout. Pioneers still with 4 timeouts remaining. Coach Lamar always has a bunch at the end of games. And with a 10-point lead and this little time left, Pioneers can afford to take some time off of that shot clock, run this thing down until you get a great one every single trip. They got it to their guy, Anthony Brown, in an isolation situation. He goes driving kick to Cam Brady. Brady's going to take a one-dribble pull-up jumper on the baseline, rattled around, didn't drop. Jaden Timmy got the rebound. Almost called him Drew Timmy, the Gonzaga star big. Jaden Timmy, excuse me. Spelled differently. Ravens get into a horns action. High post to Timmy. He keeps it. Backs in on Cam Brady, and he's going to go down. They're going to call a blocking foul on Cam Brady. There was some contact there. Brady went down looking to draw a charge. I thought it may have been a no call. One of those pulled the chair out from under you as Timmy lost his footing and went down, but said some illegal contact. So blocking foul on Brady. Just his 3rd personal, 5th team foul on the Pioneers. Coach Hepker barking out what's coming on the baseline out of bounds action. Always do an excellent job of scouting. The Ravens have to throw this thing all the way into the backcourt. And Cam Brady tracks it down. He's going to come away with a steal. Here comes the second wave. Anthony Brown to Jones McCrary. Reverse layup. Rolls around and drops. What a play by Cam Brady. Steals the baseline out of bounds pass, and the second wave of Pioneers come help him out and lay it in. Jaden Bristol goes to the bucket, can't get it to drop, and the Pioneers lead by 12, 3:10 to go in the game. They can slow things down and bleed this clock now, and they'll do just that. Coach Lamar and Coach Hepker on their feet saying, whoa, let's run some time off the clock. Alexander all the way to the paint, picks his dribble up, lost it, found Anthony Brown in the corner. Brown goes all the way to the rim. He's going to be fouled and head back to the free throw line. What a sequence for the Pioneers. It started by the terrific execution in half-court defense, guarding that baseline out-of-bounds play, and Brady playing free safety had to run about 80 feet, almost all the way to the inline for the steal. Somehow found Anthony Brown, and Anthony Brown dropped it off to Jones McCrary, and a 12-point lead all of a sudden. Make it spoke too soon. Commentator curse. Anthony Brown's first free throw rattles out. 2:55 to go in the ballgame. Brown's second free throw up and good, so he leads the Pioneers with 17. Cam Brady has 16. Jones McCrary has 16. Alexander 11, and Anthony Brown 17. Jaden Bristol gets the offense set. He's got a pick and pop for Timmy. Timmy turned down the first one. Now he takes a pull-up three off the mark, rebounded by Anthony Brown. Trey Brown has it. They're going to slow it down and run 30 seconds off the clock. And that makes it awfully tough now. That clock is not the Ravens' friend. Trey just going to handle it near midcourt until about 15 on the clock, and then they'll get into an action. He gets it to Jones McCrary. Dribble handoff coming for Anthony Brown. Brown gets downhill. Drops it off Jones McCrary. He's got another dunk. Perfectly executed two-man game from Anthony Brown and Jones McCrary. Anthony got downhill, little pocket pass to a rolling big, and Jones McCrary now leads all scorers with 18. Pioneers stretch that lead 74-59. Jaden Bristol's going to head to the free throw line to try to cut into that, but with just 2:05 to go in the ballgame.
That's his third 16 foul.
Trey Brown picks up his third personal.
Jaden Bristol to line. We shoot 2.
Jaden Bristol's first free throw up and good.
Checking in for Ravens, number 25, Saxton Houston.
Saxton Thurston will check back in as well as Ahmad Lewis. And Bristol knocks down the second. Bristol's up to 12 points now. 13-point game, 2:06 to play. Full court press now from the Ravens. Trey Brown gets it into Alexander. Nasir Scott, good hands to knock it away, and that's a big play because now Trey Brown cannot run the baseline. It's a spot throw. It makes it a lot more difficult to get it in against a full court press. He's able to find Jones McCrary. He couldn't handle the pass. He had to try to flip it back to Trey Brown. It was stolen away. Timmy got a three off the mark. Jaden Bristol going to go to the bucket and get a layup. Couldn't get it to go. Left-handed layup slipped out of his hand. Brady comes out of the pile with the rebound, and Trey Brown's going to get a foul on Jaden Timmy, who just ran right into him and then somehow argued the call. I just don't understand how guys can argue blatant fouls, and it happens at every level. But just like a hockey player checking someone into the board, just shoulder check right into Trey Brown, dribbling the ball. Not a dirty play, just clear foul. But we want to argue about it. Trey Brown off the mark on the foul shot. Like Draymond Green, you ever watch a Golden State Warriors game? That guy's never committed a foul, not once in his entire career. Shocked every single time. Trey Brown knocks down the second, 75-61 lead, 1:48 to play. Bristol in no hurry, crosses midcourt at a walk. He's going to get it to Matt Austin off of a curl. Good defense from Anthony Brown, denied it to Austin. They had to go to Nasir Scott on the opposite side. Scott goes drive and kick. Extra pass, they finally do get it to Matt Austin, but he has to give it up. Saxton Thurston takes a corner three, hit every part of the rim, didn't roll. Didn't get the roll. Jones McCrary bats the rebound to Trey Brown, and that's going to just about put the icing on the cake. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go now. Ravens not fouling. Pioneers can just run the clock out, have 2 more possessions at the most. Anthony Brown dribbling, enters the post. Jones McCrary faces and is fouled by Saxton Thurston. He's going to head back to the free throw line. Chance to get himself a 20-point night as he's got 18 walking to the line for 2. You go ahead and knock on wood for that one, as Caleb, an excellent player, but has struggled at the free throw line this season. Shooting it better as of late. The last couple of games, he's shooting it at a much better clip from the free throw line. Left that one short. But what a difference he makes for this Pioneers ball club. Pioneers are getting hot at the right time. An absolutely fantastic basketball game played here Saturday against number 1 William Penn. Overtime game that Penn ended up winning by 3. Jake Alexander blocks that shot into the Ravens bench. What a second half from the junior out of McPherson. Alexander was a huge spark, basically broke this one open when he hit back-to-back threes. Now a big play on the defensive end. The Pioneers lose an overtime game to number 1 in the country, William Penn, Saturday. Come out Monday and blow the doors off of a pretty good Park University team. They led by 60 at one point in that game. And tonight against a really good, tough Benedictine college team, we're going to win by 15. Anthony Brown crosses half court. Pioneers probably won't even shoot this one. They'll let the shot clock expire and give the Ravens the last possession, but that's just about going to wrap it up. Pioneers 76, Benedictine Ravens 61, and that puts the Pioneers ahead of Benedictine in the Hart Conference standings, and depending on what happened elsewhere, probably jumped another team because Central Methodist and Evangel played each other. Anthony just cast up about a 40-footer at the end of the shot clock, doesn't draw iron. Messier Scott going to bring it across for the Ravens. And he's going to go ahead and lay one in, get 2 points on the board. So the final score, 76 Pioneers, 65 Ravens. A huge ball game from Caleb Jones-McCrary, Anthony Brown, Jake Alexander, and Cam Brady on senior night. Pioneers victorious. Thanks for being with us. Stick around for the seniors. They're going to give their traditional senior night speeches. Those are always a good time. Sometimes they're tear-jerkers, and it's Coach Lamar's final season. It's these guys' final season playing in the Cook Center for a university that means so much to them and such a storied basketball program. So a great win for your Pioneers. Thank you for being with us. We'll go silent for about 5 minutes, and we'll crank the audio back up when these guys grab the mic for their senior night speech. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I'm going to do a lot better tonight. I'm going to do my absolute best not to cry. But, you know, I'm missing one really important ingredient here tonight. My lovely bride of 47 years lost her father Monday morning. And she's brokenhearted that she hasn't been able to be here for the last 2 games. But you know good and well she's rock solid, and we know that Lewis Stark is in heaven with his heavenly Father. It's been an emotional roller coaster for me. You guys know that. This has been, I should have taken Rick Field's advice and not announced it until the season was just about over. But instead, I've been so an emotional wreck, and these guys think, man, is that guy ever going to quit crying? But all I want to do is introduce these guys, and I want them to tell you that, hey, what it's like to play great basketball at the greatest institution in America and to serve their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And so I'm going to introduce them one at a time and let them take the mic, and they can say anything they want to. The first senior, he came to us a year ago, and you know what? Whatever we have asked of him, and sometimes it's, Drew, you're going to play about 10 minutes. And sometimes it's, why don't you go out and hit 2 or 3 threes? And sometimes it's, we need a steal. Whatever we ask of Drew Smith gave us. It has been a thrill and an honor for me to coach Drew Smith for the last 2 years. Drew Smith.
I just want to thank all the fans and coming out each night to cheer us home. I want to thank staff members, my professors. I want to give a special thank you to Coach Nate Linus. He called me when I was at the airport, and that's how I got here at MNU. I want to thank Coach Rocky, Coach Head. Thank all my teammates for the great practices. I love practices. I want to give a special thank you to my mom, one of the best single mothers that I can ask for coming up. I also want to thank her for bringing this wonderful guy into my life, her husband, my father figure. Saying he did a good job with me, teaching me things and stuff like that. And I just want to give a special thanks to all my family that came. And thanks to my Lala for bringing all her friends. Go Pioneers.
Well, it's not very often that we get a guy who plays 5 years on our team, especially when he comes in after already playing a year. But that's what the next guy did. And Pedro, you want to talk about somebody who has gone through it. He's had an ACL, and early in the year this year he had plantar fasciitis, could hardly walk on his foot. In the last half of the year, we haven't made him practice because he has been hurting. But I'll tell you what, every time we call on him, he gets the job done. He was an honorable mention all-conference performer a year ago. We love the way he plays. Pedro loves.
All right. I'm going to try to be quick. I'm not trying to cry here in front of y'all. I'm not trying to. Okay. So, first of all, seeing my parents, are we transmitting this? Yeah? Pai, mãe, muito obrigado por me apoiassem a vocês. Sorry, guys. I just had to thank my parents, first of all, because they always gave me my support that I needed. For you guys that don't know, I left home to play basketball when I was like 14. I started really early for me. In Brazil, things are a little different. You don't have the option to play in school and be a teenager and have a normal life. Or you're gonna play pro, or you don't play. You know, it's like pretty much like that. So I always left home when I was 14. I'm always moving as a free agent and going from place to place, and never actually found a place to call home. And actually, I came here to the United States. My first place was a JUCO. That was one of my most terrible experience I ever had, because my coach was like an army guy. It was crazy. I got tortured there. Didn't want to go back. Made me want to stop playing basketball. That's how that was. And that got me hurt. It was terrible. And then I was no place to go. I was going to go to D2. Got some problems with paperwork. And then all of a sudden, man, Coach Nate comes out. Sorry about that. And then offered me scholarship, and then I came back here, and it was like I had the second father that I didn't know. You know, always loved me, no matter what I did, no matter how bad I screw up. They always loved me. First Nate, too, man, I all these guys in my life, man. They saved me, and I really appreciate that. I really, really do. You guys gave me the opportunity to come here and play basketball and be someone I never thought I would be. And I just think you're happy, man. You know how much I love you. And I'm excited to see what your coach Happ's going to do next year. And I appreciate all my teammates, man. Thank all you guys. I appreciate my girlfriend Bailey, too. No idea where she at. That's it, man. I'm out. Appreciate it for all the years. Thanks for the fans. Appreciate it.
Well, we don't have very many married guys to play for us. I was married because I saw Joe Mama and I said, I'm going to marry her for somebody else gets her. So I played my last 2 years married. But Cameron Brady is a wonderful Christian man. He serves his church. He's a wonderful father. So I'm sorry, a wonderful husband. He's a wonderful husband and a wonderful son. And, you know, some people don't know this, but Trey will remember it, I think. One game his freshman year, Cam didn't get to play a whole lot. He started playing a whole lot more after that. He didn't play a whole lot his freshman year, but we put in a play that we called Zero. Do you remember that, Trey? And the whole idea, because I was afraid no matter what we ran, Cam would screw it up. But we run zero, and all he had to do was pick, run to the basket, or pick and shoot it, and he scored like 10 points in a minute against Graceland. It was unbelievable. Now, he's doing it really, really well against really, really good competition. This guy has grown into a legitimate All-American for us. He has been terrific. We are so proud of him. He has scored 974 points. He has 514 rebounds. He only had 266 when this year started. 90 block shots plus 3 more tonight is 93. I mean, Cam Brady, it has been an honor and a thrill to coach you. And I know how much you love Jesus, but come on out and
Sid is not pregnant. Just not telling Coach anything for you. But I just love a couple of things about coming here at MNU. My first time ever here at MNU was I was at Salt Lake Community College, just taking some classes, trying to figure out where I was going to go with my life, and started wanting to play basketball again. And I remember exactly where I was, and I get a phone call, and it was Coach Nate, and I knew within the first couple of minutes that this is where I wanted to be. I knew I was going to come play here in Mid-America. So thank you very much, Coach Nate. And then Coach Rocky. About 15 minutes later, he called me like 5 times. He didn't stop calling me. And so I just knew that these guys were going to be real with me, and I just really appreciate them. A couple of things that I like about MNU, up in our locker room, we have you either getting better or you're getting worse. So only focus on getting better. And you know, I had a lot of siblings go before me to play basketball. They played Division I here in the NAIA as well as professionally. And so I have a lot of people who paved the way for me. And I'm very appreciative of my family and just the opportunities that they have provided me and themselves and the example mostly that they've set for me. was not easy, feeling like I had a lot of potential coming out here and having to sit the bench, especially when I would work the playing squad in practice. But it taught me humility, and it brought me to where I am today. And I'm feeling more comfortable and confident with my game, my overall life. I have a great support system for my education. I want to be a doctor. And the support for athletes that we get here is incredible from our faculty and from our professors, so I just really appreciate that. And lastly, second to last, I want to thank my parents. Growing up, my mom made me spend almost twice as much time playing basketball as I did watching TV or playing video games. And it didn't matter if it was snow outside or if I came in at 2 a.m. she would stay awake. And she really pushed me through all of this, and she's the one who taught me how to shoot basketball too. So give her a round of applause. And the last person I want to thank is a girl that the first time I met her, she was, we were just in junior high, and I just saw her in the hall with my sister, and I just immediately had an attraction to her. I couldn't explain it. I did everything I could to try and get close to her in any way. I mean, writing songs, I don't play guitar, I can't sing, drawing, and changing books with her. And we just became really good friends throughout high school. And when we both returned from serving our religious missions, she hit me up and she hooked me back on a straight and narrow path where my talents that I've been given can be most successful. I had nothing wrong with my education. I wasn't even in college yet. And she gave me a chance, and I would not be here without her today. So I'm very appreciative of this you said. I love you very much. So thank you.
It's not very often either that you get to have a young man for 4 years after he's already been 1 year at another institution. And I'm not going to mention the institution he came from, but we rescued him from that institution. And as soon as I met Trey, I knew this kid was going to be special. He won a state title in high school. You see him every night, and he lays it all out on the floor the whole time. But let me tell you the most important thing about Trey. Don't get mad at me, Trey, just bear with me. You see, we shoot free throws at the end of every practice, and we make them make 2 before we leave. And after they shoot the 2 free throws, then we have the guys get together. And the young man who shot the free throws has to say a word of prayer before we leave. And so in Trey's first year, I'll never forget, Trey shot the 2 free throws, and he said, "Coach, can you pray for me?" Or someone else, but I prayed for him. And this year, there's no hesitation. Trey has found out that serving Jesus is the only thing that really matters. That score, do you think Jesus cares who wins a flippin' basketball game? He cares how you play, and he cares how hard you work, but he doesn't care who wins or loses. I do. You better win. No, just kidding. But anyway, Trey knows how much I love him. He has scored, and this isn't any correct anymore, he scored 1,140 points, 615 assists, 139 steals, and he was named second team all-conference last year. Let's give a great big Pioneer welcome, Jordan.
First off, I'd like to thank God, because none of this would be possible without Him. Just want to thank the fans, each and every one of you guys for coming out every night, supporting us. We truly appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you guys, especially Ryan over there. For all the free throws he's got to the other team in miss, we truly appreciate that. I want to thank our managers, Nate, Johnny, Madison. I don't know if she's here. She's in the years past. But thank you guys. I know we're hard on you guys, but we truly appreciate everything you guys do for us. We just want to thank you. Also want to thank Joe Mama. Like Coach said, she can't be here tonight, but I just want to thank her for everything that she's done for me, not only me, but all of us and all the people before us, for all the meals and everything she's just done for us. We're truly appreciative of that. I'd like to thank my coaches. Coach Nate up there, one of the biggest reasons I came here. And also my 3 years here that he was here, I just learned so much. And he helped my knowledge with the game. Not only helped me, but it's been great to me and my family, and I'm truly appreciative of that. Coach Hebb, my first year this year, truly wish we had more, because my game and knowledge of the game is just expanding and growing so much. And anytime you get to play for arguably the greatest player that's played here, you listen, and I've tried to do that as much as possible this year. And you just see things and help me see things that I didn't before, and it's truly made me a better player. Coach Swift back here, my high school football coach, just want to thank you for being an inspiration in my life and making me a better athlete. I truly appreciate it. Coach, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me. You did not only made me a better player on the court, but you made me a better man off the field. I'm really grateful to be down here and play for you for these last 4 years. I couldn't think of a better coach to play for. And anytime you get to play for a coach that is not only one of the best coaches in the history of the NIA, but just basketball in general, you can't say no. So it's been a blessing these past 4 years, and I wouldn't trade a single moment for anything. I love you, Coach. I want to thank my family. You guys have been the best, of course, as a young man could ask for. You guys have been there no matter what sport. So many games. You supported me and my teammates. And I'm so grateful for that. Mom and Dad. I don't even know where to begin. You guys have both been the rock in my life. Not only for me, but for Tyson too. You guys have traveled all over the country for us. Mom, always there with me, getting shots up, rebounding for me. And, you know, Dad, texting me after every game, being there for me. Even if it's stuff I don't want to hear, just tell me it. You made me a better man. I'm truly grateful for you too. I couldn't ask for better parents, better role models in my life. And I love you guys. I love this university. I just want to thank you guys for these past 4 years, and just hang on with us because we're not done yet.
Hey, Brandon, I hope I don't get in trouble here. Usually, after every game, we go into the locker room. Believe it or not, I very seldom yell after.
Forgot to thank my teammates over here. I just want to thank my teammates. You guys made my job so much easier. When you got guys like Anthony Brown, Cam Brady, Caleb, Dakota, John, JG in the trap, in the past, Jake, Drew, all you guys, Pedro, you guys make my job so much easier. And I truly, truly appreciate it. And shout out to the worst roommate ever, Abe Michael.
Here's what I'd like to do. We always go into our locker room and we have our chaplain, and for many, many years it was Jim Edlin, and we've had a wonderful chaplain this year. And so what I would like to do, I would like for you, if you would like to, and we're not going to force you to, but we're going to form a gigantic circle here and hold hands, and I'm going to have Jana say a word of prayer, and then we'll say the Lord's Prayer together. But how about if you join us? Come on out. Let's get hold of a hand. I love you all. I don't get to do this ever again here. So let's do it. Come on out and grab a hold of a hand. Give yourselves plenty of room. Plenty of room. Typical Jana, she whispers in my ear, "Hey, thanks for the heads up," which was about 10 seconds ago.
It's all right. I know how to pray. So let's pray together. God, we give you praise for what happened on the court tonight. But God, we give you more praise for what happened throughout the last few years in these seniors. For the ways that you worked in and through their lives. God, we're excited for what is yet to come, not only in this season on the court, but as we look down the bench, we're excited for what is yet to come in the next season. God, we do pray for the Lamar family tonight. Be with Joe Mama and her family. And God, would you give them peace and comfort? God, give the team rest tonight and help them to just look to you and turn to you for motivation as they continue out the season and stay strong and keep playing for you. Let's all pray together. Our Father,